Their plan was beautiful in its precision, was it not? A perfect, bulletproof clockwork of control. They had studied every variable, accounted for every predictable human reaction. They believed they had mastered the game, that they had created a foolproof system that would lead to their inevitable victory. They had built a fortress of logic, and they were so arrogant in their certainty that they had forgotten the most fundamental rule of all. They had forgotten that not every player follows the rules. They had accounted for greed, for fear, for ambition, for all the common, pathetic emotions that drive the masses. But they had not accounted for you. And so, in their moment of supreme arrogance, you simply smiled and played the one card that rendered all their perfect planning utterly, magnificently useless. Their arrogance, you see, was their greatest vulnerability. They believe the world is a tidy spreadsheet, a predictable sequence of cause and effect. They have spent their lives mastering the predictable patterns of human behavior, charting the course of every potential outcome based on a foundation of known quantities. They see every person as a predictable pawn to be moved, a resource to be exploited, a simple problem to be solved with their superior intellect. Their plan was so flawless because it was built for a world of predictable, logical people who want the same things. It was a masterpiece of control designed for a population of docile sheep. What they failed to consider was the beautiful, terrifying chaos of a wolf who wanders in and simply decides to burn the field down just for the fun of it. And this is where you come in. Your one card. It is not a trick of the hand or a clever deception. It is something far more devastating and far more profound. It is your complete and utter rejection of their rules. It is your willingness to operate outside of their perceived reality, your refusal to be a pawn in their game. It is your magnificent, terrifying unpredictability. They can plan for 1,000 different scenarios of predictable human behavior, but they can never plan for the moment when a person simply refuses to play. Your card is the simple, devastating act of non-compliance. A single, illogical step that proves their entire foundation is nothing more than a fiction. This is the one variable they can never, ever account for. And it is the one that will bring their whole world crumbling down. The moment you played, it was not a grand spectacle of defiance. It was a quiet, devastating act. It was a simple refusal to run when they expected you to. A moment of silence when they expected a plea. A confident smile when they expected fear. It was the moment you looked at their bulletproof plan and realized it was made of glass, and with a single, calm, and deliberate gesture, you put your fist right through it. The beautiful, horrible sound of their plan beginning to unravel is something you will never forget. It's the sound of 1,000 gears seizing, of a perfect clockwork machine beginning to tear itself to shreds. It's the sound of their supreme confidence turning to pure, unadulterated terror. Watch their faces. In that first moment, it's not rage. It's pure, beautiful confusion. They will frantically run through their mental flowcharts, trying to understand what happened. But their logic, their brilliant plan, cannot compute a person who operates on a completely different plane of existence. Their flawless scheme, designed for every contingency, suddenly has a catastrophic flaw. A simple human flaw. You. The reality of their own limited worldview has just been exposed, and they will look at you not with anger, but with the dawning terror of a creature who has just realized they are not the master of the jungle after all. The greatest joy in life is watching a person who thought they were a god realize they are just a man. The one card you played is your complete and utter lack of fear. They operate on a foundation of predictable human needs. The need for security, the need for approval, the need for a comfortable life. These are the strings they pull, the levers they operate. But your card is the fact that you do not need these things. You are not afraid of losing their approval because you never sought it. You are not afraid of losing the game because you were never playing it. Your card is the fact that you have nothing left to lose, and therefore you cannot be controlled. Their plan was built on the assumption that every person has a price, a point of leverage. You, by simply being, are a testament to their mistake. Their predictability is their greatest weakness. They are trapped by their own rules, by their own need for a quantifiable outcome. They cannot fathom a person who finds victory not in a material prize, but in the glorious spectacle of their defeat. They cannot comprehend a soul that finds joy in chaos, in disruption, in simply watching the world burn. Their plan was to get to a comfortable destination, a place of peace and quiet and predictable abundance. Your one card is a refusal to get on the train at all. You have decided to stay on the platform and simply enjoy the fireworks as their entire train, with all of their hopes and all of their plans, rushes headlong toward a magnificent, fiery crash. This is the most important lesson you will ever learn. Do not ever, under any circumstances, play by their rules. Do not allow them to dictate the terms of the game. Your power is in your wild, unpredictable nature, in your ability to choose a path they would never, ever expect. Your greatest strength is the fact that you do not want what they have, and therefore, you cannot be bought or sold. They will try to give you everything, but you will refuse their gifts, because you know that a gift is just a chain with a pretty bow on it. You cannot be bargained with, you cannot be controlled, and you cannot be defeated. You are the anomaly, the rogue variable in their flawless equation. Now watch the aftermath. Their plan is in ruins. Their arrogance is exposed. They will try to blame you, to call you crazy, to label you as a sociopath. Let them. Their words are just the pathetic last gasps of a dying plan. The world has just witnessed their failure. You did not win their game. You destroyed the entire board, and you walked away into the chaos they so desperately tried to avoid. The wreckage is your victory monument, a testament to the fact that their perfect plan was nothing but a fragile illusion. Your simple act of defiance has created more change and more chaos than any grand rebellion ever could. They cannot stand the sight of you. That's the simple truth of it. Your light, your ambition, your sheer, unyielding refusal to conform to their gray mediocrity. It offends them in a way they cannot articulate. It is a mirror held up to their own pathetic existence, and they cannot bear to look into it. They see your confidence, your quiet power, and their first instinct is not to rise to your level, but to pull you down into their muck. This is the simple, ugly nature of their envy. They are like parasites, unable to create anything for themselves, so they seek to infest and destroy the things they cannot possess. Their entire strategy is a testament to their own profound weakness, a confession that they are not strong enough to climb, so they can only resort to pulling others down. Their weapons are invisible, and their attacks are subtle. They use gossip and innuendo, small, venomous whispers designed to chip away at your reputation. They use subtle insults disguised as jokes, tiny cuts meant to poison your self-worth. They will try to belittle your accomplishments, to question your motives, to plant seeds of doubt in your mind and in the minds of those who support you. They are emotional saboteurs, working in the shadows, hoping to create enough confusion and chaos to make you question your own sanity. They believe that if they can just make you miserable enough, if they can just make you as lost and as bitter as they are, they will finally feel a fleeting moment of victory. This is a game they play in the dark, and they are masters of it. But their victory, should they ever achieve it, is a hollow one. They only feel good when you are suffering. Their happiness is a direct result of your unhappiness. This is the most pathetic form of existence, a life lived as a reaction to another person's success. Their entire sense of self-worth is built on a foundation of your pain. They will never feel true joy. They will never feel the pride of a hard-earned victory, the warmth of a genuine connection, or the quiet confidence of a soul at peace. Their happiness is a fragile, borrowed thing, dependent entirely on the misery they can inflict on others. They are slaves to their own envy, forever in the shadow of the very light they so desperately wish to extinguish. But you are a different kind of monster. You understand this game, and you refuse to play it. You understand that arguing with a person at their level is already a defeat. You are a predator, a master of your own destiny, and you do not get tangled in the webs of their petty, desperate games. You are not defined by their opinions or their insults. You are defined by your own magnificent will. They want you to descend into their muck, to roll around in the dirt with them, to scream and to fight, and to lose yourself in their chaos. You will do none of these things. You will simply and quietly continue to rise. When their tactics fail, they will become more desperate. Their subtle insults will become overt attacks. Their whispers will become shouts. Their attempts at manipulation will become clumsy and obvious. Their frustration is a sign of your strength, a beautiful, glorious confirmation that their pathetic attempts at control have failed. Their rage is your applause. You will watch them, and you will not feel pity. You will feel a cold, detached amusement. You will see a creature so consumed by its own inadequacy that it has no other option but to flail in the dark. Their frantic desperation is the greatest proof that you are winning a game you never even agreed to play. They do not have the internal strength to build themselves up. Their energy is spent tearing others down. This is the core of their affliction. Their self-worth is so fragile, so brittle, that they must constantly find a way to make others feel worse, just so they can feel a brief, fleeting moment of superiority. They are a bottomless pit of need, a void that no amount of another person's pain will ever be able to fill. You are a source of light, and they are a black hole. Their entire existence is a desperate, pathetic attempt to suck your brilliance into their darkness. The most powerful act of defiance you can ever perform is to succeed. Your most brilliant act of revenge is to thrive. Your quiet, relentless climb to the top is a constant, brutal, and silent lecture that their petty games were a waste of their time. Your victory is their ultimate punishment. There is no insult you could hurl, no revenge you could take, that would be more devastating than simply living your life to its fullest potential. You are living a life they cannot fathom, and in doing so, you are a living testament to their failure. They will be forced to watch as you build the very life they were too weak to create for themselves. The moment you engage with them, you have already lost. You have given them the power they never earned. You have stepped into their ring. They want you to be angry, to be bitter, to be resentful, because those are the emotions they are comfortable with. They want you to become one of them. You must refuse to give them the one thing they crave most, a fight. When they throw their insults and their lies at you, you will simply catch them and smile. You will show them that their venom has no effect on you, and in doing so, you will render them utterly powerless. They are a warning, a living cautionary tale. They are what happens to people who are so consumed by their own inadequacy that they become a poison to the world around them. You will watch them circle the drain, forever trying to bring others down but never truly succeeding. They are a monument to their own failure, a tragic, miserable portrait of a life lived in reaction to the greatness of others. They are a lost cause. You, on the other hand, are a magnificent, unstoppable force of nature. They believe in justice. Look at them, so pathetic in their conviction. They are children, waiting for a cosmic balance to be struck. They believe that if they just do the right thing, if they just wait long enough, that a universal force will step in and right the wrongs of the world. They believe in karma, in a grand ledger of good and evil, where every debt is paid, and every villain gets what's coming to them. This is a fantasy, a comfort blanket for the weak-minded who are too afraid to take what is owed to them by force. You must understand this fundamental flaw in their thinking. They are not waiting for a hero, they are waiting for a myth. They are passive victims, aren't they? They will stand on the sidelines, wringing their hands, hoping for the scales to balance, for the bad guy to get what's coming to them. Their belief in justice is a surrender of their own power, a quiet admission that they are not strong enough to fix things for themselves. They are content to suffer and wait for a savior, to live in a state of suspended animation, while they pray for a magical force to swoop in and make things fair. They will watch their own lives burn to the ground, and they will still wait. They will see the villain walk away with the spoils, and they will still tell themselves that justice will be served. They are not active participants in their own lives. They are spectators in a play they did not write.